What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another late night in the BrewLab with me, Lone Fox, your brewmaster-in-chief. And tonight, in the BrewLab, I'm coming at you from Bali, Indonesia. First time ever for the channel, but this is actually where I used to live for like 10 years. Sorry it took so long to get back in front of the camera, but I had to do some flying and some jet lagging and, spent a bit of time with the family. But I finally figured out my streaming setup. I've got a very nice internet connection. Still need to do a bit of work on the lighting. It's a little bit funky, but I think tomorrow I've got a couple of plans to get the lighting even better. So yeah, once again, just thanks for bearing with me during my flight time and travels. But I'm going to be here for the next 3.5 weeks. And as promised, I will be keeping the content coming, slowly but surely, not every single day, but probably once every couple of days. And we will be continuing with this sort of series that I've been enjoying, where I try to like dig up some older, sometimes a bit newer mechanics that are probably the like least played ones for whatever reason, and give them a test and another little bit of time in the sun, and maybe we can figure out ways of either improving them or just bringing them to the next level. So for tonight, I thought we'd play one of the more recent ones, Casualty, which is from the Maestros crime family from Streets of New Capenna. And there are a few cards with the Casualty mechanic that have seen a lot of play in Standard. I would say probably the two that have seen the most play are Make Disappear and, of course, Ob Nixilis himself. But what I found is this cool like cross synergy between some of the cards from the Riveteers, which have Blitz, and the Casualty mechanic, which is from the Maestros. They sort of have a nice little bit of cross synergy there, because if you're blitzing in stuff and then sacrificing them to Casualty, epic added value. So I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself, the usual little bit of rambling, but without further ado, let's jump into tonight's brew. By the way, first time playing after the new update. I haven't seen if the audio issues are fixed, but I do like this new layout. Quite nice, quite snazzy. Obviously, you can see I haven't played for a few days. Lots of quests here have stacked up. I should probably re-roll some of these, see if I can get a 750, but yeah, I just need to play some Arena. It's been a while. So, for tonight, we're playing Grixis Casualties, and I'm just calling the deck the Unlucky Casualty. And it's been doing some things for me, actually. Like, I've been winning lots with this deck, and I wouldn't be too surprised as to why. I mean, we've got some of the best cards in the format, namely the Tenacious Underdog, Ob Nixilis, Maestros Charm, and the Meathook Massacre. Those are obviously like really, really strong cards. But the new ones that we bring in for tonight's Casualty sub-theme is the Grisly Sigil, a little chat, which I think is going to replace something like Deadly Dispute come rotation. Of course, Make Disappear has Casualty, and Ob Nixilis himself has Casualty. So, first one, Grisly Sigil. Actually, a really sweet little card. Casualty 1. So Casualty, as you cast a spell, you may sacrifice a creature with power 1 or greater. So it depends on, most of them say Casualty 1. There was one card that I left out. I did initially start off with a few copies of it, and then I'll explain to you now why I think I shouldn't be running it. The red one, Light 'em Up, because it's Casualty 2, and yeah, we do have some stuff that are power 2 or greater, but most of the time I'm trying to sacrifice the Unlucky Witness to Casualty, and Casualty 2, Witness only has 1 power and toughness, so I ended up taking it out and just going for a full place of the others. But yeah, you can also, of course, it doesn't have to be power and toughness 1, it's 1 or greater. So yeah, in the case of Grisly Sigil, you choose a target creature or planeswalker. Nice that it's both. And if it was dealt non-combat damage this turn, Grisly Sigil deals 3 damage to it, and you gain 3 life. Otherwise, it only deals 1 damage to it, and you gain 1 life. So if you have no casualties to sacrifice lying around, and there's a creature that only has 1 toughness, then you can just destroy it with Grisly Sigil, and you gain 1 life, which is fine. For 1 mana, sorcery speed, it's great. But then, if you have a creature with 4 toughness, then you sacrifice something to the Casualty mechanic, and because it'll have the first trigger will go on the stack and do 1 damage to it. Then the next one will do 3 damage because it has been dealt non-combat damage already this turn. So then you get to do 4 damage in total and gain 4 life, which is great in the deck. Like a little bit of life gain, there's actually lots of it. If you factor in the Ob Nixilis and the Meathook Massacre, there's a decent amount of life gain as well. Then, the Unlucky Witness is, I think, gonna be sort of the new... I mean, it's completely different, but it feels a lot like something like your Shambling Ghast or your Eye Twitch, where when it dies, you get some added value. In this case, you exile the top 2 cards of your library, and until the end of your next end step, you may play one of those cards. So there's some situations which are bad, but because there's 4 of everything in the deck, if the opponent either kills it or you're forced to use it with the Casualty Mechanic during your turn, and then the things that you exile end up costing more mana than you have the mana for, they end up in exile. And that can be a bit of a bummer, but it's really nice when you, for example, make Disappear and counter one of the opponent's spells during their turn, obviously, and you sacrifice the Unlucky Witness to the Casualty, so then they have to pay 4 mana. Most of the time they can't, and then you exile those cards during the opponent's turn, and you get to play them until the end of your next turn. So you untap all your manas available, and you get to cast those cards, or, you know, one of the 2 that the card exiled for you. Just be aware of the, like, I've made this mistake and I'm well aware of it. You may only play one of those cards. So if, you know, even if you just have like a land and a cool spell and you're like, oh cool, I'll make my land drop, and you put that land down, boop, the other one just gets exiled. So just be careful. You can't play both of them like with something like Showdown of the Skalds or what have you. It's just the one. So pick the one that is best, but I don't know. I think, yeah, nice little bit of card advantage, especially during the opponent's turn. If you can either make Disappear or a Little Chat, which we'll get to in a second, then yeah, great. And both of these are, of course, instant speed. So a Little Chat, you can just cast it without the Casualty. A 2 mana instant speed. You look at the top 2 cards of your library, put one of them into your hand, the other one's at the bottom of your library. But if you sacrifice your Unlucky Witness, for example, or we'll get to the other sack fodders that we have in the deck, to the Casualty Mechanic, then you get to do that twice. Which is great. You'll not only get the extra card advantage from the Unlucky Witness, but you'll also get an additional 2 cards in your hand as well before your next untap step. So really, really nice. And then make Disappear, of course. It's becoming, this is 100% already in many decks replacing the Jawari Disruption, and I honestly just think it's a bit better because the Jawari, they only need to pay 1. This you can hold up on turn 2, just the same as Jawari, but the opponent needs to pay 2, so it's even harder to pay for. And if you've got, you know, the stuff to sacrifice to it, then, like I said, you need to pay 4. So, so far, those are our 3 sort of interaction spells that have the Casualty Mechanic. And, of course, something like the Tenacious Underdog is great to sacrifice to these things because it can just keep coming back by the Blitz mechanic from the graveyard. And then the Riveteers Requisitioner is also great because when it dies, it creates a treasure token. So that's the cool thing when it comes to these 2 drops that are both have 3 power when it comes to the casualty spells that are interactions. But it's also, of course, as you all know, great with Ob Nixilis because then both the original and the copy would come down with 3 loyalty. So you can quite often just curve out, play your Tenacious Underdog or your Riveteers Requisitioner on turn 2, turn 3, drop an Ob Nixilis. If you're sacrificing the Requisitioner, even better because then you get the treasure token. Just amazing, like to have these nice 2 drops that both have Blitz, and so they can also draw you cards in the late game. And that can also make a 3 loyalty turn 3 Ob Nixilis, like, you know, most of these decks are trying to do. Then, of course, we got a full playset of the Meathook because it's amazing. And a full playset of Ob Nixilis because it's amazing. I hate playing against it, but it's obviously a really strong card. And it also poops out little devils, which we can then use for casualty as well. And then for an added little bit of removal, so we've got the Grisly Sigil, the Meathook Massacre, and 3 copies of Maestros Charm, where we can either just use it for a little bit of gain and drain, or to deal 5 damage to target creature or planeswalker. Those are the main 2 modes I'm using in this deck. The first one, sometimes, occasionally, it does come up. We just have very little ways of fishing things back out of the graveyard, so it can sometimes feel pretty bad to be putting those things there. But in a pinch, if you need something very specific, then doing this at the opponent's end step, finding the answer to whatever it is that they're threatening you with. And, you know, maybe the stuff you're putting in your graveyard might just be a Tenacious Underdog and a few other useless spells that you don't need. Then you can recast the Tenacious Underdog from the yard anyway, and you still got the card that you need in your hand off of the top 5 cards in your library, which is pretty nice. And that's it as far as the main deck. We've got some interesting mana situations going on here, as usual, with these 3 mana color bases. I think once these creature lands rotate out, it's going to be a little bit easier, because then the creature lands don't like necessarily need to fill up a slot. But we do have one of each, you know, the creature land and the legendary land, the creature land and the legendary land, the creature land and the legendary land, and one of each basic. And then I've gone for a bit of an odd spread here when it comes to the duels and basics, because we've mostly got black and red. So I've gone more heavily on the black and red duels and a little bit lighter on the blue and the red. And then, of course, we've got the full play sort of Xander's Lounge, which kind of makes up for that. So, yeah, that's the deck. Unlucky Casualty. Let's jump into some games. Whoa, it's been a while. Feels good. 3 days of travel, guys. I left my house in Italy on the evening of the 25th. I landed in Bali on the morning of the 28th. It was harrowing. I basically didn't sleep the entire way. I was completely exhausted. And then the jet lag on top of it. Took quite a while to kind of get back into action, but here we are. Not the best opening hand with 2 tap lands, but we can make it work, I'm sure. Lucky gods. Ooh, looks like mono black aggro. Yep. I think we could... Because next turn he's going to flip this thing. It's also a Blood on the Snow deck. This is going to be tough. He's obviously going to take our Ob Nix with the Concealing Curtains next turn. Maybe we just kill the Concealing Curtains and then block with the Unlucky Witness. Mono black aggro, as you guys know, rapidly becoming one of my favorite brews. Now we get some card advantage. Hopefully we get a land. Okay. So we're going for the Requisitioner. I think for the full 3 mana. Or should we just go for a 2 mana one? I was really hoping on a land there. Gosh darn it. Okay, well we draw an extra card then. I'm sure he'll block. I mean, I wouldn't see why he wouldn't. I'm tapped out. We have to give him a card next turn. It's a bit of a pity. I'm not about to take 6 damage. There we go. Let's get the underdog down now then. Nice, that treasure of the Requisitioner. What a card. Loving this one. Really sweet and very underplayed in my opinion. I'm hoping he doesn't take out the underdog, because then we can Ob Nixilis, is it? That sucks. So then we just 1 mana short. Urgh. Then we can get rid of the Shakedown Heavy next turn. Take 3 more. Maybe we can little chat once more during their turn. Oh no, he's gonna take my freaking Meathook. I hope he goes for the Ob Nix, honestly, at this point. Had to be the Meathook, huh? Cheeky bugger. 1 turn too late, Mr. Disappear. We're getting hammered here. That was a disaster. Having to discard our freaking Meathook, man. And the other one got exiled. We got 2 more in the deck. Let's get a bunch of cards. Try to find another Meathook, right? There you are. Okay, so we take 6, and then we sweep the board. Oof. 9. Oh! He's gonna take my Underdog. That bugger. Mono black, man. So strong. It is just the strongest deck, in my opinion, right now. And the problem is, even if we do sweep the board, he'll take us out with the Hive. Oh my goodness. No. Not much else we can do. We'll gain 3 lives, so we won't die to the Hive. But still not very happy with that at all. Probably invoke Despair. Okay, so it does seem like the audio bug is still... Okay, no, maybe it's just my laptop. Doesn't matter what you take, I have no graveyard interaction in the deck. Okay, so now, if we play this and Ob Nix, I need 3 mana left for the Maestros Charm. So 2 plus 3, and then 2 left. It's not enough. Urgh! So we just go for the Requisitioner, and then Maestros Charm the, if he comes in with the Hive again. And we've got a counter spell. In case he's got anything else up his sleeve. Turning the corner. Turning the freaking corner, guys. Oh wait, first we attack, get in for 3. Now we can casualty the Ob Nix.
I've conquered.
Of course, we make the devil, so we can also start gaining some life.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Oops. Epic. Now we got you, buddy. Now we got you.
And you'll lose everything.
Now we absolutely have you. You should have blood on the snow last turn,
Your
mate.
punishment is my entertainment.
I guess the shakedown was the better call there, but if he does have another blood on the snow, he has to decide whether he goes for our planeswalkers or our creatures. And if he does go for our planeswalkers, then we can still swing in. There it is. Hey, that's cool. Concealing curtains or an underdog. Fine. That's even better. We definitely can swing and also cycle. Yep, just the one. Now we take out your underdog. Down to 5. Whew. This card is another one of those that, for me, as far as I'm concerned, we win. Epic. Epic. Absolutely epic. What a nice warm-up match after that little break. Was really close, and then we managed to take it back from the brink. Those are the best. Those comeback stories are what makes you feel good as a Magic player, in my opinion. My favorite moments in Magic is when you can just pull it back from the brink like that. By the way, saving up a decent amount of gold there for the next set. It's going to be a good pack opening session. Spoilers begin on August 18th, so don't forget to tune in. I'll have a first reaction to the debut event that they have right after it finishes streaming, of course, as usual. Could be better, could be worse. Green. Either. Let's go with blue. Gadoosh. Just plain old mono green. We have played a land this turn, haven't we? Were we on the play? I can't remember. Oh well. Let's go for the Requisitioner. also gain 4 life, which is quite nice. And he doesn't have snowlands upon which to put it. So I think a bit of a misplay there. Or can he just put it on any land? Okay. Good game. Yeah, good game. Let's hold up a little chat. I thought this could only go into snowlands. The block and sack doesn't work with trample, so I'll just do it now. That's a lot of cards. I want to untap land. That's a problem. Not a huge one though. Let's see if he's got a snakeskin veil. No veil. Pity about the Ob Nix. That's what I mentioned in the beginning with the please stop with these freaking huge trampling guys. Mono green, ladies and gentlemen. Mono freaking green. Just doing mono green freaking things. I think we're screwed in this one. I can't get around this. Got a backup Ob Nix. You'll need to crew the chariot with the 2 cats. And then we can block the pack leader with the devil. Pretty annoying. This card, man, just cannot wait for it to rotate out as well. There's a whole list of them that I'm just sick of it.
With me. You're my enemy. My goons will make quick work of you.
Could even just make two devils. See if we can get him to discard something. The problem here is you'll probably just make
Define
the old growth troll
and you'll
token.
lose everything.
Second chariot, of course. Meathook, I guess. Oh god. Big problems. You should have crewed your chariot before that. Oh, okay, now I see why. Okay, very clever. Meathook.
Go sow some chaos. Go ahead. Plead for mercy.
I guess he can give the pack leader trample. Meathook. Man, we need more land. So we won't block the pack leader. Come on, Meathook, and a land. Land. I won't do it. We may still top deck one. That's gonna be GG. Okay, wait. If we use this to make a devil...
Next time, I'll cut you down. Oh, I have a job for you.
We play the land.
Pleasure doing business with
And then we Ob Nix again. Oh wait, wait, did I keep the right? No! Oh, I used the wrong Ob Nix.
Enough! Notions of morality. All that matters is power. My goons will make quick work of you.
I think we did anyway.
Your punishment is my entertainment.
Yeah, because of the old growth troll, we'll also have the trample. Good game. Dang it! Mono green, hey. Still such a strong deck, man. So strong. Go and look at my rotation proof mono green deck from a few weeks back. The thing still just slaps. Even after rotation, I think it's going to be a huge force in the meta. Woo, buddy! Really don't care about those Baldur's Gate boosters packs at all. Could not care less. Thanatos. So 1 win, 1 loss. Seems right. Is it Azorius Control or is it going to be the tempo? Oh, it's the tempo. Here comes the Illuminator Virtuoso. Almost guaranteed. This one's going to be a loss as well. What a deck. Also this one. The Virtuoso is so good, man. I'm surprised it's not like showing up more in the meta, honestly. I think the problem is that Untapped doesn't have enough you know, he's got some interaction to save the Rivenarch, but we're just gonna have to try anyway. Here comes the slip out the back or something like that. What did I tell you? This deck is so good. You basically just have to hope that they run out of these effects. This is another card on my list of please rotate now. I'm so sick of seeing you on the battlefield. Please. Over it. Like so over it. Look at this nonsense. He doesn't have. He's got another one of these slip out the backs. Then we just concede. Okay. Close. Lucky. Oh.
I don't need respect. Just obedience. You work for me now, runt.
Underdog. Meathook. We will need another black source next turn. Just give me a break, man. Just give me a damn break, man.
Not worth the effort.
One mana short. Oh, we even found the black sauce. Unbelievable. This freaking Lumina. Oh my god, I'm so over it. I'm so over it. Oh my god. How are we ever supposed to kill this thing? Please block. Yes! Please, please don't have anything. Oh, yes! Whoa, Goose Frabber. Why did he block? Slightly mitigated by the Meathook. Okay, nice little bit of removal. Yes! That's how it's done, baby. That is how it's done. How are we doing for time? 40 minutes in. I think we have time for one more match. Let's try and end on a victory. Call it a night. Fairly successful one, in my opinion. I think this deck obviously would be better with some other cards, like you know, maybe instead of just playing the casualty card, just go for the like obviously better non-casualty ones, like Blood Chief's Thirst instead of the Grisly Sigil, and you know. But I just really wanted to showcase those cards as part of this little mini series that I'm embarking on between now and spoiler season. Could have gone with red, play the Witness. Okay, it borrows. Let's hold up, make disappear. Ah. So that's Talia's alternate art there. Anybody was confused. Mina Harker. No idea what that is. Orzhov, mid-range. Orzhov. Oh, okay. Here comes Rafine. Oh, we've got the mana. Not entirely sure why you would do something like that, honestly. So it's 1 mana for the casualty. I mean for the ward, sorry. And the second ward. Okay, we didn't lose too much there. And we got rid of Rafine, which is pretty cool. Nah, there goes our underdog. Okay, give me a black source. Come on, deck. I know you want to. Just love it. I just love it. You know? Witness number 2. Just love it when the deck listens like that. Nothing to snag with the Spellbinder, sorry. I'm swinging. I'm swinging in hot. Perfect. Exactly what I wanted. It's absolutely okay with me. I wish I had an additional land now that one's gone, but it's okay. Keeps coming, huh? I need another Meathook. Doesn't matter what you take. I have no graveyard interaction, buddy. Meathook, Meathook. Okay, so we can play out the Requisitioner and hold up, make disappear. I'm okay with that. Okay. In case he has, I don't know, something that makes it more than 3 toughness. And also just to get the extra value from the Witness. Okay. Very annoying. What? Okay. Hey, I'm happy with that. I'm very happy with that. I'm very, very happy with that. Ending on a victory. Actually, really just incredible how we managed to survive that long against that onslaught that was like just freaking good cards one after the next. Seemed like we were not going to make it out of that. But we were still above on life. We were about to get some additional value from the Witness dying. All in all, Very happy with how the deck's performing. So that's going to be it for tonight's gameplay footage. Diving back into the deck with my final thoughts, overall review, and I don't know, general chinwag. Like I said, really cool. The few things that I've noticed now, I've actually played lots of games with it. Just the trouble with the unlucky witness. Like sometimes you end up exiling something that you didn't really want to exile, but most of the time just cool like life, you know, card advantage in general. Might be some better sack fodder than this one though. Or maybe just put in another 2-drop or something, or a better 3-drop that has blitz or something. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out this unlucky witness guy. Like, when is it best to sack him? You know, is it really worth it? You might lose those cards. But again, like I said, we have 4 ofs of everything in the deck. So most of the stuff that we do lose, if we do lose it, we'll probably draw another one of. And yeah, the life gain from the Grisly Sigil, really, really sweet. And Ob Nix definitely won us a couple of games there. We didn't really get to use Make Disappear much, but there was that clutch counter against the Invoke Despair in game 1, which I really liked. Overall, just really, really sweet. I like my choices. I hope you guys take it for a spin. Let me know, of course, as always, in the comments, how it goes for you, how you would have built it any differently. What do you think of the casualty mechanic? I always love your comments. They really, really make my day, so keep them coming. But yeah. That's going to be it for tonight's video. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and join the Discord community. Link in the video description down below. I will see you all the day after tomorrow with another fresh brew. And until then, this is Lone Fox from the BrewLab, signing out. Peace, y'all.